So, welcome today to Study With Me. And today we're going to be talking about the Master's Programme called Green Marketing and Sustainability Communication. My name's Kirstie Riedl, and I'm the head of the programme. And today we have our first semester student Emily joining us and our third semester student Christina. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi,
nice
thank
to
you.
see
you. So thank you for joining us today, or joining me today for this podcast. And perhaps I can start with you, Emily. Why did you decide to study green marketing?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I decided to do that because I really like the idea that I can working in between, so beside my studies, because I really, really want to go in the field. And I decided, it might be a disadvantage for some people that Wieselburg is a bit further away from Wiener.
Yeah.
But since we are not permanent in university and just on the weekend, it's really flexible and it's really nice. And it's also such a practical study. So that's why I decided for the study program and why I decided for marketing, and especially a sustainable marketing, because I want to work in the sustainable branch, especially, and not explicitly in marketing, but I do want to understand what means marketing and what means to convince people for greener ideas.
Yeah. Perfect. And Emily, I believe you come from Germany, right? So you're not Austrian, but you've decided to study in English. Why was that?
Well, I want to work. First of all, I want to work internationally.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's nice that we have such an international cohort. So you get so many different perspectives.
Okay, that's true. So we've got quite a few nationalities in the English cohort. It's a small group, but it's really diverse, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
It is. We have someone from Brazil, we have someone from Egypt, we have someone from Jordan. Of course, USA, mostly there.
Yeah.
And we have also someone from Thailand. So, it's really great.
Yeah, it's really... and so, Christina,
I want to say we also do.
Okay, thank you. So,
even though, unfortunately, when I started a year ago, the English program didn't exist yet.
Yes,
we have some. We already had some courses in English, but we also and I think this is one of the most amazing thing about this program. It's the people. It's the people that choose to come here to study, and also because you mentioned Wieselburg, this is like this amazing bubble. Yeah, we come here on the weekend. We've been doing this now for more than a year. We work really hard. We are this green group of people from all over the world. We are totally passionate about it. And then once Saturday evening comes, we go back to our lives, we go back to our jobs. But we kind of have this little flame, this green Wieselburg flame coming with us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're a University of Applied Sciences. In German, we call that a Fachhochschule. Mm-hmm. Did you study at a Fachhochschule in your bachelor degree, Emily, or was it like a traditional research university?
No, it was also a University of Applied Science. That was another reason why I choose this university, because I really like that you are practical. You have practical examples, and that's what I really appreciate. Yeah.
And what did you study in your bachelor program, Emily? What did you do just before you came here? What was your bachelor studies in?
I did food and health science.
Okay.
Also in more sustainable way. That's why I wanted to go in that deeper.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you mentioned, because it's crazy what kind of different backgrounds we all have, and that's so great.
You think that's an advantage, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And how is that an advantage? Can you explain that?
Because I mentioned the one girl from Egypt, and she has actually started her own business, but in the fashion branch. So it's nice. It's really helpful to get insight from her when it comes to that.
Okay. So, Emily, you've only been with us for a few months now, so you remember probably quite well how the application process was. You came to Wieselburg for the interview.
I did came actually here because I thought it's really important.
Yeah.
And I would always do it again that way, just to first get an overview of the university. But also it was nice to get to know you from this beginning on. And I know that we could have done it online, as many of our cohort, of course, because they were abroad. So they did that way. So yeah, it was nice to do it here.
And were you nervous? Can you remember what you had to do for the during the interview?
Yeah, I was nervous. The task was to come up with a totally new idea of a sustainable product and introduce that to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, should it be a total, like, fully developed marketing strategy, or what should it, or just a product? And in the end, it wasn't that big, but it was just nice that I had to thought about it.
And then did you kind of decide straight away that you wanted to come and study here once you'd seen the campus?
Yeah, definitely. Because, it is far away, but it's so nice here.
Yeah.
Like, the people are nice. It's like a big, big family. And we have small groups, and we really interact with each other. We help each other all the time.
And Christina, you've been coming here for nearly 3 semesters now. Wieselburg's also quite far away from where you live. How do students organise themselves coming to Wieselburg?
Well, with us, actually, it's some of them, we have like cars and they carpool. There is a Facebook group where you can always find a ride.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. There is also, since this semester, we have a hostel at uni where you can always reserve a bed, and because so many people liked it and have been booking it. Now they opened another one. So I think we have now 3 flats with, I think overall it's like 26 beds.
Yeah.
And you just book the week before and hopefully get a bed. And especially with us, we're using it a lot.
Yeah. And it's free of charge, right?
It's free of charge. Sorry, yes. It's free of charge. It's really clean, apparently. And it's nice because you get to know sort of other people from other study programs. There's a really nice room downstairs with a billiards table, and people hang out and get to know each other. And also because we do have exams quite early. So if you have your exam at 8 o'clock in the morning, obviously it's nice if you've stayed over.
Yeah. So sometimes the exams are scheduled before lectures, so students don't have to come especially to campus just for an exam, right? Okay, good. So let's move on now and talk about some of the workshops, lectures, seminars that are part of the study program. Can you tell me, perhaps, Christina, tell us about some of your favourite lectures or workshops or projects, and what have you learned so far?
Well, I have to say the absolute highlight, and I see your water bottle here that we gave you as a big thank you. We did an excursion at the beginning of the 3rd semester to Berlin, where all of us with you and another lecturer, where we went and we spent 2 days of visiting startups, all sort of sustainable startups, and had talks, and that was just amazing. I mean, it was so well organized. It was a huge bonding exercise for us also, and we really had a great time. But the nice thing overall about the lectures is that there's very many sort of different concepts. So we had big lectures where we were put together with other study programs, where we were working on sustainable finance, where we were working on sustainable healthcare issues. Great favorite of all of us, actually, is all the lectures that Gabi Faber-Wiener does.
Okay.
You already had her also.
I love them.
Okay. I mean, we all of us, we think she's great. There we had a very, very nice, it was in the 2nd semester, it was her PR lecture, where we were developing communication strategies with real clients. And we were developing a strategy for Gentechnik. Yeah. The thing is that one of the groups produced a slogan that they have actually now taken on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we got lots of goodies.
That's fantastic.
For it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. And Emily, so far, I mean, you haven't been at the university for so long, but what lectures have you had, and what did, how did you find them?
Well, I really like that they so different. You mentioned Miss Fabiana Wiener. I really love her. She's so great. No, because she really tells us practical, like real-term situations.
Yeah.
So she really let us be a part of her experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate that, because that's when you learn something.
Yeah.
And I also do really love the lectures with our young lecturers, because, for example, Florian Schleicher or Nicola Filzmoser, they were really great because they out of in the field, and they still tell us a lot about what they now experience. Mm-hmm. So what else did we have?
I want to put the Lisa Maria Schrittwieser into it, because she's great, because it's so great because they come from the field, and also Rainer Neuwitt, who is an absolute expert on e-commerce. But not only that, so he was sharing so much information, but then he took us to his company, My Product, and he showed us everything. I mean, he really opened up sort of the company secrets, that we really learn from the best how, sustainability can be successful. So we're very lucky with having so many different lecturers, but the level is incredibly high.
Okay, lovely. Student projects. So we have a lot of practical projects during the degree programme. Can you tell me a little bit? I know we have a big project in the second semester, Christina. I know you haven't had that yet, Emily, but can you tell us a bit about that project and what that was like? Because it's a big ECTS project, right?
Yeah, that was great. We usually what the university does, they find some kind of a raw product, and then we were 3 groups. We then developed a product out of, or a brand out of that product. With us, it was olives. It was organic olives that were grown in Austria. And we had one group that developed olive crisps. One did a kind of a chutney. And we did a dirty martini mocktail, which we had to convince Kirstie about first. But it was great. And you really do, you develop the product in the lab, but there's a lot of things happening around it. You do your strategy, you do your branding, you design your logo. I mean, it's really a 360 degrees project. You then test it, because we have great... we have a great lab for testing here also at uni, and you learn then to do market research. It's a big project, and you do it in a team of 4 or 5. But you really learn and see how you start from developing it, a sustainable product, and then really sort of bringing it to the end, that you then know, does it work like this? Do you need to do some changes? How can you do the branding? It's really from A to Z.
Yeah. Okay. And Emily, so far you've probably had 1 or 2 exams already, and some group work. How is that balance between exams and coursework so far for you?
Well,
or is it too early to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too early.
I think so.
Yeah. Christina, perhaps you can help out with that question.
So, most exams, we have our first exam of the semester tomorrow morning. Usually, I think it's quite well balanced. So there are some exams that are multiple choice, that are online in the computer room. There are some pen and paper exams. There are quite a lot of presentations, also presentations where it's not only graded what you present, then you also have to be part in the jury, where you get graded how well you are the jury for other students. And then there's obviously also individual work that is handed in, or we have done movies, we've done Instagram posts that also have been launched by real clients. So it's an array of loads of different things. It's not a program that you can just do with JetGPT, I might add, because you have to perform also.
And it's a part-time program. So we said before that it's Fridays and Saturdays, and we've recently moved to 50% distance learning to make it more doable for those students who perhaps live in Vienna or Linz or whatever. Now, Emily, you work part-time, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I just moved to Vienna 2 months ago.
Okay.
And now I have a job. I'm working at UNICEF, so that's really nice. And yeah, it goes really well hand in hand.
And how many hours do you work?
I do 30.
Yeah.
That's tough, as many people or many students, commilitons of me, they do like 25 and they say that's totally doable. I think 30 are also doable, but it's a bit tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in your group, Christina, what do people generally work? I mean, how many hours and how are they coping with it?
Yeah, with us, almost everybody works.
Yeah.
It has its challenges. Yeah, I do have to say. I think the most important thing is that if you get a project, if you get something to do, you need to try to get it done immediately. If you don't get it done immediately, or if you don't take the first option to do an exam, then you suddenly have too many things at the same time, and then it's very difficult to also cope with your normal work schedule. But of course it is possible, because I work a lot and have 4 children, so somehow it is, and have good grades, so it is possible. But again, it's not, like you love to say, it's not a Mickey Mouse master degree. So I think it needs a certain amount of organizational skills. But with us in the whole cohort, everybody works and has good jobs.
Yeah.
But I would also say between 20 and 30 hours. I think trying to do 40 would not be advisable. Okay,
and you just mentioned there that you've got children, and there are some students who've come straight from their bachelor degree. How does that work in the group? If there's some people who've got more experience, some hardly any work experience and straight from the bachelor's, how do you all get on? Does it work at all?
Well, that's the beauty of it, yeah, because that's also what you said, that all of these different perspectives come and play a role. But the nice thing is that we all come here for the same reason, yeah, that we know that there are great products already out there, but nobody buys them. Or we know that there is a bubble of people who, want to make the world a better place, but they don't know how to talk about it and bring it out in the world. So we are all, it doesn't matter if you're 23 or 50, we get on incredibly well. And I think we all feed off each other, and we inspire each other. Yeah. And, I wouldn't sort of, know how to do an Instagram post where, some of my colleagues are quite happy to get sort of some insights on how to lobby at the EU Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally agree on that. Yeah, I really love what you say. It's so true.
Yeah, and I think this is also, the spirit of Wieselburg really rubs off on how the groups dynamic, because I've been working here a few years now, and I really noticed that there's in nearly all of the cohorts, there's such a great bond. Tell me a little bit more about the campus, the infrastructure, the feeling here. And we know that it's Wieselburg and it's not Vienna. It's kind of out, not very central. But tell us about, for people who haven't been to Wieselburg, can you just describe the campus a little bit?
I think in one sentence, you have to imagine you arrive, you have the head of Wieselburg standing there with a Father Christmas hat, giving you a chocolate with his dog sitting next to it. And then you walk around the corner and there's one of the ladies who cleans, who, would love to give you a hug because you look a bit tired.
She does. She's lovely.
She does. So, but all of them are. And everybody has, and this is, I think, also why it works if you have people from different walks of life, because everybody has the same value in this place. Everybody, in German, you can address somebody more formal or more...
Per Sie oder per du.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody here is per du.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that we don't respect somebody, but it's a different way of communicating. And I think that has a lot to do with Wieselburg itself, or with the campus itself, that also sort of takes over with the study programs.
It feels like a big family.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm here for less than 2 months, and it just feels really warmly.
Yeah.
And with any problem, I know I can address it.
Yeah.
And that makes really special. Yeah.
And what about the lecture rooms? I mean, we're in this fantastic podcast studio now. What other kind of facilities and I mean, do you think it's a modern campus building?
Yeah. Totally. I mean, we have a startup center, so that's really cool. We have a photo lab, and we have also
the big lab where we produce, where we produce all of our products. Yeah. We have then the testing lab. We have
and the lecture rooms.
The lecture rooms are great because we have all different kinds of sizes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to another topic, and that's perspectives with studying green marketing. What do you think? I mean, what do you think you can do with the study program at the end, or what are your plans?
Well, I said it before. I want to work international.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific vision yet, but I think we get a really good skill set on our hands. So I could imagine to one day found my own company. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. So. On the other hand, I could also imagine to work in public relation. Yeah. Also, then in the product developing kind of
field.
Yeah. So I don't know yet, but I get more and more the idea, and I'm more hopeful now because sometimes it's hard to stay positive when it comes to sustainability.
Yes, right.
And sometimes I also lose my head in the bubble I'm in. Yeah. But I also think that we see with our lecturers who come from outside that it is possible, and then we can move on really big together. So.
And Emily, just while I remember, we have a small group in German and a small group in English. How did sometimes the German group comes together with the English group? How does that work? Does that work out fine?
Yeah, it works really well. Okay. I mean, some of them they do struggle with English in the German cohort, but we always help each other. Okay. And the lectures are also really flexible, so it works really well, and we are all one big group. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to just say something because you haven't noticed that much yet because you haven't worked with so many clients. But another thing that is great about this program is that we work with real clients, that we work with sustainability departments of Hofer, of IKEA. We'll have the sustainability day. So you make a lot of very good connections during your studies, and there's a lot of networking going on, and people are very open and very interested. We're just now doing a project with Allbirds. To make those real connections while you are studying, is incredible because that usually you only get once you're out there and sending out your applications. This way, you already get to know the people who are actually sitting there making the decisions for later. So for, prospective jobs, that's great.
Yeah, and working on real life projects, right? So would you choose to study green marketing again, Christina? Now you're in the 3rd semester.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes, you would, yeah.
Yes, totally. And the more you tell me about how it will go on, the more excited I am.
Okay, that's great to hear. And if somebody is thinking about applying and thinking, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I can manage this, or it's too far out, what would you say to them?
I think especially because it is so far out, this is you come here, you concentrate. It's much easier than if this would be a campus somewhere in Vienna, because you would get distracted, you would, you don't, this way you plan this as a 2 years master. You have to, of course, you will have a bit less social life because you are here every Friday and Saturday. You have to sort it out with your job. But then you are concentrating on this. And as I said, it is absolutely doable and very inspiring.
Yeah. Okay.
And because of it, it's the whole day. You really get something done. Mm-hmm. You really have 1 day lecturers and you really get something done together. So that's nice, yeah. And
even before the hostel was opened, I've always stayed overnight to get away from my children. But also, and as few of us have always done this because it's also more
sustainable. And it's not expensive, is it?
No, it's not expensive and it's more sustainable. I mean, it's cheaper to stay over than to sort of drive backwards and forwards. And that's also time where we get a lot of stuff done. Because if you stay over, then, you have time to do all the fun things about the project and work in your project groups.
And so what kind of what kind of personality or characteristics would somebody need to have to study green marketing and sustainability communication? What do they need to bring with them?
Openness.
Anything else?
Yes, I think they have to be, I'll now just describe my wonderful cohort. They have to be kind. They have to be able to think outside of the box. They have to want to change the world a little bit and make it a little bit better. And sort of be open to never stop learning.
Wonderful. Okay, I think we're coming towards the end, but I'd like to have a little quick fire round if I may. And so I'm going to ask you questions and I'd like you to give very brief answers if you could. So what would be the topic of your master thesis, Christina?
It will be taking the principles of the Quran and translating them with modern communication theories to create change.
Wow, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Emily, what about you? It's probably a bit too early for you to think about that now. Or have you already got a little idea?
Well, I could imagine to do something about all the food laws we have and creating an app where retailer and companies can connect with each other.
Okay, we'll have to have a look at that. Mm-hmm. Favorite lecture so far? Not lecturer, lecture. Which module did you like so far the best?
I think the practice project.
Practical project, and it's too early for you to say, isn't it? But
VR is great.
VR is great. Ethics is great.
Semester abroad, is that something for you, Emily?
I already did one in my bachelor's. Mm-hmm. I would love to do it again.
Yeah, that's possible.
Don't know yet, but
in the fourth semester. Yeah.
I have 4 kids, that's why it's a bit difficult. But and I worked all over the world. But we have about 4 people in our cohort who are going. They're going to Spain and Holland, I think, and even Paris. No, I'm not sure. And they're great. The service that arranges it with people. Sorry, I was supposed to only say quickly. Yeah.
We have great options.
We have great options, and everybody should do it.
Yeah. Parties, campus parties. Are there such campus parties?
Yes. And we already got a really nice entries when we came here our first day.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. There's always free-flowing drinks.
Oh, okay.
And so we also have food trucks, and often we don't have to pay for it. So, they're looking after us very well.
Yeah, okay. So, Campus Wieselburg, FH Wiener Neustadt, the University of Applied Sciences in Wiener Neustadt. What would you could you say in one word or a few words? How could you sum it up?
It's cool. It's different. It's inspiring. It's family, I think, is what you said.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Okay, then.
It's green.
It's green.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay then, well, thank you so much, Emily and Christina, for joining us today. And if you have any other questions, then don't hesitate to contact us if you're interested in studying with us. And we hope to see you in Wieselburg one day. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you in Wieselburg.
Yeah.